I gotta sit down for this. Yeah, I bought a new car a couple of days ago, and that night I destroyed it. I did something bad. I left the fuel pump running. So this car has a safety device, a fuel pump cutoff switch that is active with or without the ignition switch. So the night that I bought the car, I left the fuel pump on all night, and in the morning when I went to go to work, I heard a noise in the car called looking like buzzing, and I knew I had left it on all night. So I hurried to the house, got my keys, and tried to start it. No, nothing. So okay, Dave, can you help me push this thing? Shoved it into first gear, got the fuel pump on, and nothing. So I stopped and we pushed it back. I pushed it back. I took the battery out of this car, my 914 black, that I know works because I drive it up and down the street driveway to get it away from the cleaners, street cleaning. Put it into this car, and I turned the ignition on. The battery pump is going. The fuel pump is going. Battery's good. Okay, it's good battery. And I turned the switch on. Nothing. So I think I must have blew something out, something more than just leaving the fuel pump on all night. So I wasn't able to use it for work. I had to go to the bicycle route. But we went to the store before work. We went to the store and we tried to find a fuse because we figured it. I called Mario and he said it could be the fuse. Blew out. So I looked at the fuse box, and when I was looking at my fuse box, I found that the fuse box casing was missing a bolt and it was hanging down. When I pushed it up, the fuses were all okay. When I pushed it up, I fizzed the first fuse, and it just blew up. It was something. This must be that fuse. So I put some foil on that fuse and I put it back in. And okay, good. And I tried to push the box back up, and man, it was gonna blow up. I quickly took the foil out, and okay, something else is wrong there. So I took that whole panel down, the fuse box panel down, and lo and behold, there was one of the gadgets that's on it. There's lots of gadgets on this thing. That was missing a top, and every time when I pushed the thing up, it would touch the body of the car and blow out that fuse. So that thing needs a cover. I found it, the cover, on the corner of the box, and I put it on and I glued it on with super glue. And then I go ahead and put the fuse box back up with the proper bolts that I found in the garage. Lucky find. Then Dave took me to the store to find a fuse. The first store we went to was out of stock. Second store we went to, I found it. So I bought a whole set of fuses. They're color-coded fuses made for this car. And and Dave said, okay, I'm not going to go yet. I want to see you start it. Okay, I told him I never fixed a dead start with a fuse before. If this works, it'll be a miracle. So I put the new fuses in place, looking good. Nothing was blowing up, so the cover worked. Got my hand inside the fuse pump switch and got my other hand on the ignition switch. Turned it on. Radio works. Fuel pump's working. And I turned the key to start and nothing. Something wrong. I called Mario and said, you have to come over. He's on vacation. He doesn't want to come over, but I forced him. So today he might come over, but I told him I already fixed it. I bought some battery cable connections to the battery at the store. So I replaced both this car and that car with new connections. It's another thing. When I was putting the battery on this car with the original connections, the connector broke. That's why I had to buy that. Which I'm glad I did. Because when I bought it, those stuff, I also bought a spray that protects from corrosion, the cables. So I sprayed everything with that. Took the battery out of this car, corrected the rust problem on the surface rust problem on the battery pan, and replaced the leads with new ones, and went into the car, both leads. I replaced both leads. Went into the car and put my hand in the button, the fuel pump button, turned it on, turned the key on, and surprise, the thing turned. Another thing I did was I also tapped the starter with a hammer. Mario told me to do that. But surprise, could be the tapping, but that thing started up, and I am amazed that I actually had fixed the problem, my first problem, by myself with this car. Celebration. Oh my god, my head's shaking. Anyway, I go ahead and fixed it. Look what I found. He's a bumblebee. He's just sitting there. You know, this car has bumpers that are straight as an arrow. This is just like the bumpers that I see on YouTube that I salivate over. I got these beautiful things too, which I really love. I don't know if those work, but I'm gonna get them to work at Gustav's. This is a perfect car. Just frigging perfect. The only thing wrong with this bumper here is this is straight as well. Straight as an arrow until it gets here. I don't know what's up with that, but I'll fix it. Yeah, I'm gonna buy a connector for that. Look at the mufflers on this car. They are bad. Bad to the bone. Tires are great. Rims are great looking. It even has its original trim. Original trim. Original trim. Fix those two. Make them nice. Polish them up. Okay, now we have to sell this car, take some pieces off it, bring it to the other car. But I want to sell this car to somebody that's going to fix it right, because it deserves to be fixed right. They're collector's car. Okay, congratulations, Tong. I did it.